So hey there, this is Mel over at Recumbent PDX. We are the West Coast's largest cat trike dealer, and I'm here to talk about a really cool product that I happened to have seen about 2 months ago at CycleCon, which is our industry's convention. It's in Dayton, Ohio. It's put on by the folks at TerraTrike. They do a really fantastic job. So our friends Scott and Diane Barrows, who own Lancaster Recumbents, brought this product. It is called my VeloChair. It is a wheelchair with pedals. For a lot of people who are in wheelchairs, they can't walk long distances, but they can pedal. In fact, it's a standard exercise for people in wheelchairs. So this, we watched people in wheelchairs who said, I haven't cycled under my own power in decades. Roll up to this thing, transfer into it, and pedal away, like with smiles that were a mile wide. And this is what we do in our industry. This is what our industry is about, bringing independence, mobility, and joy to people. And this is just a joy mobile. It is fantastic. So I was excited about it. Quick disclosure, we're not going to be selling this, but Scott and Diane did allow us to have one in our store for a few months for us to show to the people at the VA, show at the various hospitals, take to a couple of events. And it's here if you want to try it. If you or someone you know is in a wheelchair but wants to try to pedal, bring them down and we would be like absolutely thrilled to have them try this thing out. And if they're interested in it, Diane and Scott, who are in this business and have the expertise to fit someone for a wheelchair, they will be happy to help you out if you're interested in buying one of these things. So earlier this week, our customer Eric came in with his wife Ning to pick up their second cat trike, and Eric's had a TBI. He can walk very short distances. He is in a wheelchair. And I said to him, hey, you want to try this new thing out? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll try it out. And he sat in it, and moments later he was like, wow! This thing is amazing. You can watch the video I've got up of him is completely unedited, and in like 4 minutes and 53 seconds, he's an expert on it, and he's talking about all the things that he instantly loves about this thing that he does not love about being in a wheelchair. So we've got it for about 7 more months. You can come check it out in our store, ride it around. You or anybody you know who's in a wheelchair who wants to try to get freedom, mobility, independence, and joy, we would love to have you. Give us a call, set up an appointment. You can try this thing out if you like it. Scott and Diane would be like thrilled to help you out with one of these. So with no further ado, I'm going to send us over to the video, completely unedited, of Eric and Ning and him trying this thing out for the first time. So thanks so much. Well, we'll start with this and then we'll get with this. So my question is, as you pedal around with this thing, as you pedal around with it, I'm giving good direction, aren't I? So my first question is this thing more fun than your regular wheelchair?
Oh, regular wheelchairs are incredibly annoying because you have to push like this. And when you do that, it hurts your thumbs, and that's why I have the gloves like this, because it tears up. But here, as long as you can move it, I mean, that takes little to no effort at all. My biggest concern is reverse.
Oh, I think it's a standard yabba dabba do. I think you reach your hands down and roll it backwards. But in theory, in most circumstances...
So if I need a sharp... For a wheelchair to go out in the town, it's fantastic, I think. But inside
don't say
the
but, because this is our marketing video.
Well,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
House, like if you've got to get around the bathroom,
right?
I can't corner. I need super tight. I'll show you when.
Yeah, no, I understand completely. I think the idea behind this is not for necessarily in the house. It's for what was explained to me is that for a lot of people in wheelchairs can't walk, but can stand and can pedal.
Right, I have a traumatic brain injury. I can't walk very far. So this, I could get around town in this.
So the product is called My VeloChair, and our friends over at Lancaster Recumbents in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, this is their product, and he sent it over to me basically to check out after I saw it at a trade show. So we don't sell them, but I think it is among the coolest products I've ever seen.
Yeah, you can get around the corners. It's just a new skill.
It's a new skill. So we revise whether we can get around tight corners in it once we've gotten practice with it.
Yeah.
Maybe we're gonna revise our earlier opinion.
I would want to test it in a bathroom to make sure you can get around the bathroom. That's going to be the hardest.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger.
You gotta
Obviously,
go-
you've got those pedals in front of you.
When you've got to go here, you got to go back, and you got to go forward. Yeah, I'd be concerned with the bathrooms, but other than that, as long as you've got like a place with the larger bathrooms, you're cool. Like
All right, so
imagine going
let's
to, like,
get away.
Disney
Let's
World.
get away from the logistics. I want to ask you one question.
If I go to Disney World, I want it.
You're warming up to my one question. Is it fun?
Oh, absolutely. But more than fun, in Disney, she has to push me in that, or I've got to rip my hands apart. Seriously, try to push me up this and back down. You'll find out why. This is a better option. The zoo, the mall. If you go to any kind of a trip, go to Las Vegas. Go up and down the strip in this. That'd be awesome.
Oh, we went to Seattle.
Seattle.
Hill. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Seattle.
couldn't even
By that fish
understand.
market.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
cruise
will be
around in
better.
this.
Yeah, this will be better.
Infinitely better.
In Seattle. For you,
Oh, and it does go backwards. So yeah, in here.
So Eric, for you it's actually fine because you have this.
Yeah, because I can move my legs, I just can't stand.
And what I mean,
But then it goes in reverse. So yeah, I get into a tight.
All right, so the video has been going for 4 minutes and 53 seconds, and in 4 minutes and 53 seconds, you pretty much mastered this thing, right?
Yeah, this is nothing. I had once I learned I could go backwards. This is awesome. And if we do wind up going to Disney, how much does this cost?
I would have to talk to Scott about this, but if you're planning on going to Disney anytime in the next 8 months, since he's lending it to me for 8 months to show off, you can just take it. And if you want one, then you'll talk to Scott and he'll sell you one.
Because going anything long distance like that, Vegas or whatnot.
how about the airport, the airplane? Will that allow
Oh
this?
yeah, they have to. This is is this rated as accessible equipment? It probably would be.
It'd have to be. I
Yeah.
confirm that, but it has to be. Plus the,
If it is, then the airport has to take it.
and
They
that,
don't have a choice.
that boom will actually collapse. The seat will come down.
Push, you see, it's
Yeah,
just
I
a-
would wanna see that.
Stop, and
Yeah, you can see how the boom is on a hinge.
so you have to control the direction.
Yeah, you can't steer at all.
Yeah, it steers from the rear.
Good. I don't want you to be able to steer. I hate that. Seriously. When other people are steering you, they treat you like a shopping cart.
Say that again.
They treat you like a
No,
shopping cart.
from the start. We're gonna.
When somebody's pushing somebody in a wheelchair, they treat you like a shopping cart.
And how do you feel on this thing?
Oh, I can do anything. Like when I went to the zoo, people would go up to wherever the animals were, and they push me off to the side and go look at the animal, and I'm staring at a tree, being like, "What the hell?" But yeah, this.
I love that it goes backwards.
Yeah,
That is so cool.
We have never even seen this kind of wheelchair in
Yeah,
public.
I was thinking
This
about
is the
getting
first
that
time.
motor that hangs off the back, but that thing's irritating as hell.
How much? Did you just ask how much?
Yeah,
it
he
cost?
doesn't know.
If I had to guess, I would say it's probably in the $5,000 range is what I believe it to be. So I don't want to quote exactly, but I would definitely send you over to Scott at Lancaster Recumbent if you wanted one of these things. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, it is. It has, there'll be a couple of drawbacks, but this is, I like it.
Yeah, this is an endorsement video. Do not mention any of the drawbacks at all, period. What you mean to say is it's only good things. I can't imagine anything, right?
Yeah.
You have to look at the camera and go, I can't imagine anything that could go wrong.
It's perfect. Can I just see that?
Thank you.
Yeah, seriously, I love this thing.
I am the world's best marketer.
And I'd want to see how this is if this is adjustable to bring that boom in.
Yes. Well, here's the answer is that particular one, the one that Scott sent me to demo, has an adjustable boom. I can move it in and out. But you can save $500 by getting one that's a fixed length, which of course you're not going to share it with anybody else. So.
Well, I'm talking about being able to slide it in to get it the hell out of the way.
Oh, it pops over. I can show you that. I'm not an expert on this, but you can see there's a hinge, and then this whole thing folds underneath. So this locks right here, and then it folds underneath. So this whole mechanism folds underneath, and then then the seat comes down, and maybe we'll do another video where we collapse it, and obviously the wheels pop off if you need them to, but I don't think you would do that.
Oh yeah, whenever you put the wheelchair into a car, you want to break it down as small as possible.
Yeah, that's
like that thing comes completely apart.
It comes completely apart, but it's pretty. I'm not an expert.
You're the one doing the butts now.
Here's why, because I'm not in the wheelchair business, so I don't really.
You said no negatives.
I don't.
Said but that's a negative.
Oh God, we're gonna have to edit that out. The point is, if I were selling this product, I would have to know more about the wheelchair business, and it's not the business that I'm in. So, like, I think it's fantastic the way it is.
One thing that's really good, the big wheels are in the front.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
That is a really big deal.
Huh? Tell me why.
Because if even here, if she's pushing me, those little wheels, they'll get swallowed up by the smallest holes.
Oh, and so you're
Or
bump,
the
bump,
smallest
and so somebody has to tilt you back in order to
Oh
get it.
no, the front will stop.
Oh,
So if you're going fast enough, the whole thing is. I've been dumped out of that thing several times because I was going just
Trust me.
Did you
a little
dump
bit
him?
too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time we
And I've done it on my own too.
Yeah.
The curb cut went down a little bit too steep, and then the street came up at too much of an angle. Those front wheels just lock up, and you flip right over.
But
The
Yeah.
big wheels being in front, yeah, way safer.
Okay.
I wish they'd do wheelchairs like that. I guess they can't, but
Right, because on this you have steering, so the rear wheels on this function to do your steering.
yeah. But if I could get like a regular chair with the big wheels up front, that would be way safer.
Huh, interesting. Yeah. I can see the limitation.
But yeah, if you get somebody to test one of these things out on for bathrooms and buses, that'll tell you everything about whether this is perfect or not.
Also, you have to be able to fold them together, make it as
Yeah,
small
be
as
able to
possible.
fold this up so
Otherwise,
that if it's a
Yeah,
tight
you know what?
space-
You know what? When we're done with the video, and you're done having fun, then we'll see how far we can fold it.
Yeah, no, I can switch.
otherwise we even cannot drive this. How
Yeah,
can
and
we
besides,
put it in
you
the
came here to look at something else, and I totally distracted you with
No,
this
no,
thing,
that's
didn't I?
fine.
No, this is
This, I
fantastic.
think this is a really good product. As long as if we are able to put this in the car, you know, that, I
Put
think
it-
this
yeah.
is really good.
All
Put it
right.
in the car, be able to get in bathrooms and on the train and the bus. Buses are the worst.
What I for
I want to
you,
know what the width of this is versus the width of this.
I just
Well,
compare.
we'll get out. I'll get out of tape. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn the video off now.
This
Everybody wave bye to the
This
video.
is a little
Hey.
wider, maybe.
We rolled the. So this is the back. So we flipped the crank underneath. It just rolls under. This is about 20, a little bit under 28 inches high. And we decided it was 28 inches to the hubs, right?
Yeah.
And
Did you want?
the depth, does the depth matter in a car? I mean, it's probably in the low 30s on the depth, I would guess.
Yeah.
So as it sits there, could you get that in most vehicles?
I'd get a van. I'd still get a van.
Still get a
Just
van.
trying to put that in a trunk. To put this in a trunk, it folds up. I take the wheels off and everything. I break this down to nothing
Right.
for the average.
And it came broken down, so it's just, it takes a, what is that? I think a number 12, is that an 8 or a 12 hex? And that wheel pops right off. And as we discussed, these pop off. So when you're putting that thing when you're popping the wheels off, you're getting help, right?
Do you want me to get it down?
Just turn it on the side. Push down. Pop up.
Okay.
And this too. This also can, you can just put it, take off this. And
And this whole thing, it looks like it collapses.
Yep.
Which this one,
Squeeze
for
that.
obvious reasons,
Pull
this one does not collapse.
because it's a pipe, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got that. You got those pedals down the middle.
But this is really important part. Because not only our car, also the over. If we do over, right, we have to make sure it will fit up.
Yeah.
You know, most cars. That'd be really
This
important.
is not a wheelchair replacement. This is something you would use for specialized things. Vacation, fantastic. But day to day,
Which is, in fact, what our mechanic said. His sister has a walker. She's had a stroke, and so she can't walk through a museum, but she has a trike. She could.
yeah, a museum, that would be fantastic for going to parks. I'd love to
This
take
they
that to the
should buy
zoo.
a bunch of this at a rate to
Yeah.
do the people, right?
Disney in Vegas should buy
Like
a
50
crap load
bucks
of
a
those
day,
and rent
something,
them out.
right?
I'd rent that in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that'd be perfect. Maybe call that Disney.
Maybe that's what his main market should be, is selling to all these parks to rent them out.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna edit this.
Yeah.